What if the key to success wasn't about proving how intelligent you are, but about embracing the power of restraint? What if the wisest among us understood that true influence isn't about dazzling others with brilliance, but about making them feel at ease in their own wisdom? The art of ruling over others has fascinated thinkers for centuries. While some argue that dominance comes from force, others believe it stems from charisma or intellect. Arthur Schopenhauer, the great philosopher of pessimism, took a different approach, one that is deceptively simple yet profoundly effective, playing dumb to win. Unlike the brash displays of genius often admired in society, Schopenhauer understood that overt intelligence can breed resistance, envy, and even hostility. True power lies not in proving superiority, but in mastering the subtle art of influence. His journey to this realization began early. At just 19, he faced a harsh lesson from his mother, Johanna Schopenhauer, a woman renowned for her literary success. She admonished him for his relentless need to be the smartest in the room, telling him that his intelligence was wasted because he lacked the grace to make it useful to others. His sharp mind was a sword he wielded carelessly, cutting down conversations instead of building bridges. This moment left an imprint on him. Intelligence, he realized, is not about self-congratulation. It is about wielding influence without resistance. So, what does it truly mean to play dumb? And why does this paradoxical strategy work in a world that rewards intelligence? What if the greatest advantage in life wasn't about demonstrating strength, but strategically concealing it? In a world where dominance is often equated with loud displays of power, true mastery lies in the art of deception, not through dishonesty, but through controlled revelation. The wisest individuals do not show their full hand. They let others underestimate them, only to reveal their capabilities at the perfect moment. Sun Tzu, the legendary strategist, observed this truth centuries ago. All warfare is based on deception. His philosophy wasn't limited to battlefields. It applies to every aspect of life. Appear weak when you are strong, unprepared when you are ready, and passive when you are about to strike. By creating an illusion, you lower defenses and invite miscalculation. Your enemies, competitors, or even peers become overconfident, assuming they have the upper hand, until the moment you decide otherwise. This strategy is evident everywhere. In the business world, a quiet professional listens patiently in meetings, absorbing information, only to speak at a crucial moment, stunning everyone with insights that shift the entire conversation. In sports, a boxer may feign exhaustion, luring his opponent into recklessness before delivering a calculated strike. Even in social settings, those who say little often command the most respect because their silence holds weight. Mahatma Gandhi once advised, "Speak only if it improves upon the silence." Resisting the impulse to prove yourself immediately builds intrigue. People begin to wonder what you know, what you're thinking, what you might do next. The more unpredictable you are, the harder it becomes for others to manipulate or control you. True power is not in making noise. It is in knowing when to break the silence. True leadership is not about commanding attention. It is about subtly guiding others without them even realizing it. While many believe that authority comes from speaking the loudest, real influence is quiet, patient, and strategic. The most effective leaders are not those who constantly assert their dominance, but those who understand when to listen, when to speak, and when to step back. There are two kinds of people in any room: those who talk to be heard and those who listen to understand. The first group often believes that volume equals importance. They dominate conversations, fill the air with opinions, and mistake noise for influence. But in reality, loud voices are only respected when backed by actual power. The second group, however, operates differently. They observe, absorb, and analyze before making their move. Schopenhauer understood this distinction well. Wisdom is not in constant speech, but in knowing when words truly matter. Plato echoed this sentiment, saying, "Wise men speak because they have something to say, fools because they have to say something." This principle extends far beyond philosophy. It shapes how we influence others. Instead of forcing ideas upon people, great leaders plant seeds of thought, allowing others to arrive at conclusions themselves. A skilled negotiator lets their opponent believe they came up with a compromise. A wise child helps their aging parents without making them feel dependent. A coach subtly positions a young player for success, allowing them to shine while maintaining control. True influence is about guiding, not dictating. Schopenhauer once wrote, "To play the fool is the last resort to cover the defects of others." Protecting someone's dignity strengthens your authority. By making others feel intelligent, strong, and respected, you gain their trust. The best leaders are not those who demand recognition, but those who shape the world quietly, leaving others to believe they did it themselves. In a world obsessed with recognition, the urge to be noticed can be intoxicating. People chase the spotlight, eager to prove their worth, unaware that premature exposure often leads to their downfall. When you reveal too much too soon, you invite scrutiny, envy, and opposition. The wise understand that influence is not about immediate attention. It is about strategic patience. Those who move quietly, gathering knowledge and experience in the shadows, emerge when the time is right, fully prepared to take control. Schopenhauer recognized this truth and advised against the arrogance of early success. He believed that the best strategy was to act unassuming, even clueless, while secretly sharpening one's skills. A person who appears ordinary draws no resistance. They are underestimated, overlooked, and left undisturbed as they quietly ascend. Consider the employee who starts in a humble position, learning the inner workings of the company without drawing attention. Years later, when the opportunity arises, they step forward, suddenly and unexpectedly, taking the reins. Those who never saw them as a threat are left stunned. Laozi, in the Tao Te Ching, captured this wisdom perfectly. The sage wears rough clothing and holds the jewel in his heart. This philosophy teaches that true power is not in outward displays, but in hidden strength. The greatest minds do not flaunt their intelligence. They conceal it, revealing only what is necessary. Socrates mastered this art through what is now known as Socratic irony. By pretending ignorance, he disarmed others, allowing them to reveal their flaws. His famous claim, "I know that I know nothing," was not an admission of weakness, but a tactic, a way to shift power and expose the arrogance of those who assumed they knew more. The greatest minds do not rush to prove themselves. They wait, they prepare, and when the moment comes, they strike, not as a hopeful contender, but as an undeniable force. Winning is not just about achieving success. It is about doing so in a way that does not create unnecessary enemies. Many people fail not because they lack talent, but because they invite resistance by seeking too much validation. The need to prove oneself can be a weakness, making success feel like a battle instead of a quiet ascent. Schopenhauer wisely observed that people overestimate how much others' opinions truly matter. The moment you stop seeking approval, you become untouchable. One of the most overlooked strategies in life is the power of being underestimated. Nobody resents the quiet underdog who seems harmless, but they will quickly turn against someone who constantly proves their superiority. This is why playing dumb, or at least appearing less threatening, is a tool for survival. Frank Lucas, the infamous businessman, put it bluntly: the loudest one in the room is the weakest one in the room. The more you flaunt, the more you attract rivals. The more you let success speak for itself, the more respect you gain. This is where the art of subtle influence comes in. Instead of crushing opponents outright, let them feel like they are in control. A chess master does not humiliate an opponent. They let them win small battles before orchestrating a decisive victory. A wise leader allows employees to believe an idea is theirs, ensuring loyalty instead of resistance. Influence is not about proving others wrong. It is about making them feel like they were right all along. Those who understand this principle win in a way that does not invite destruction. Their victories feel natural, almost inevitable, rather than forced. They let their success unfold quietly, without arrogance or spectacle, leaving others to wonder how they managed to rise without making a single enemy. Mastering the art of influence is not about dominance. It is about knowing when to act and when to hold back. Many people waste energy proving their intelligence, seeking validation, and making unnecessary enemies. But the truly wise understand that power lies in restraint. By playing dumb, you create a shield that allows you to observe, strategize, and strike only when the moment is right. This is not about deception. It is about patience, wisdom, and controlled influence. Here are 5 key principles that define this strategy. Surprise strategy. The greatest victories come when no one sees them coming. By concealing your strengths and intentions, you keep others unprepared. Those who reveal their full potential too soon invite resistance, while those who wait strike with precision. Listen more than you speak. True leaders do not waste words. The more you listen, the more you understand, and the more power you gain. Talkative people expose their weaknesses, while the quiet ones observe, absorb, and influence without effort. Let others think they're in control. The best way to guide people is by making them believe they arrived at conclusions on their own. Whether in leadership, negotiations, or relationships, those who feel empowered are far more likely to follow your lead. Stay low-key until the right time. Seeking attention too early can be dangerous. It invites envy, scrutiny, and obstacles. True masters remain unnoticed until they are fully prepared to step forward. When they do, their presence is undeniable. Be humble even in victory. Arrogance creates enemies. Success should appear effortless, almost natural, rather than something aggressively pursued. When you make winning look easy, others admire rather than resent you. The best way to win is not through force, but through intelligence. The greatest rulers, strategists, and thinkers understood this timeless truth. Power is not about overpowering others. It is about outthinking them. Those who master subtlety, patience, and restraint always hold the upper hand. So remember, play dumb, stay smart, and win without making enemies.